I created a cryptocurrency that I believe is better than Bitcoin. And I was one of the leading Bitcoin maximalists for a long time. And so to say that is like pretty ballsy, I think. So for me, technology is technology. So if you have a steak, are you like an oven maximalist? You're like, no, I just need it to be hot. If it's hot, the steak don't care how it got hot. I don't care how it got hot. I just need the steak to hit this temperature for this amount of time. So if I'm typing on a keyboard, I got 100 keyboards. I got one that I like the best. It sounds the best. It feels the best. It's better in all the ways that I care about. And then for me, the other ones are just all worse, right? So I'm like, I got in on MX Cherry Browns, and now I'm not a MX Cherry Brown maximalist. Now I'm a Topre maximalist because I like them better. So I care about throughput, affordability, price performance, security, censorship resistance, and the ability to transact without counterparty risk, because exchanges are middlemen and cryptocurrency was designed to get rid of middlemen. So in Bitcoin, if you want to go to a stablecoin, fuck yourself. You're going to have to go to a centralized counterparty, and you're going to have to give them your precious Bitcoin, and you're going to have to hope and pray and beg that, just like the bank, you give them enough selfies and you give them enough hand jobs so that they'll actually send your money back to you. And then if you send it the wrong place, they close your account because they track what you do with your money after you get it. At least Coinbase does. Fuck all that. That is horrible. That's garbage. And Bitcoin will always have that problem because it's a retarded network. The network literally only has the ability to take a number that was in your account and reduce it and increase some other guy's number. It's called a send. So my number goes down, his number goes up. So programmable money, what can you program with Bitcoin? Nothing. You can't have it wake you up in the morning. You can't tell it to send someplace at a certain time. You can't even do a batch send without breaking your balls and hiring your own development team. So God forbid you actually want to pay bills, fuck yourself. You want to pay 100 devs? Fuck yourself, hire a developer. Garbage, 100% garbage. Oh, and you're going to have to wait a while. You're going to have to wait a good long fucking while for your transaction to go through. And guess who you're paying? The people you're paying to do your transaction processing, they're 65% in China and have a history of forking the network and trying to make a fake Bitcoin to kill the real Bitcoin. That's what they did with your money. What? That's all terrible. That's not censorship resistant. That's very risky to have all your mining in China. And the fact that they used that money to attack you before sucks. And the fact that it's a protection racket. In the old days, we paid miners so that botnets didn't attack the network. And then on GPUs, we paid miners so that gamers didn't attack the network. But now the people you're paying are the same people that are the only people in the world that can attack the network with hash rate. Those SHA-256 miners, you're paying them not to attack you themselves. That's a protection racket. Garbage. Total garbage. Then we have other ecosystems that have tried to solve a lot of these problems and have solved them. If you want to mine Ethereum, you can mine it on a GPU. And they've got the code ready and willing that if the ecosystem starts to look too bad or the ASICs get too much power, they'll do POW, proof of work change, and kill off the ASICs. Bitcoin doesn't have the balls to kill off the ASICs. Ethereum does. In Ethereum, you can, mine the network on your GPU. I've got a shitload of GPUs. Anybody that, has a computer and has ever played a game recently, they got a GPU that can mine Ethereum. So you've got a more robust ecosystem that's never had inflation bugs. Bitcoin's had 2 inflation bugs where you could mint as many free Bitcoin as you wanted. And it happened in 2010. And they had to roll the chain back because someone minted 1 billion extra Bitcoins. And then a Bitcoin Cash developer found another inflation bug where anyone could have minted as many free Bitcoin as they wanted about 1.5 years ago. Because Bitcoin has no bug bounty program, has no audits, and then is spaghetti code that has no modularity. So every time they improve the network to try and make it better, it accidentally affects the consensus and breaks everything. So I developed something that solves so many of these problems. We have the consensus code isolated in its own smart contract that can't be edited, so you can't accidentally fuck it up when you improve the networking code. So Ethereum can improve all at once, and it can't affect the consensus layer because it's isolated and locked. That's superior. You know, in Bitcoin, if the miners don't want a halvening, they don't have to have a halvening. They can just edit the code. They could edit one little line and be like, yeah, we're not having the halvening. What are you going to do about it? And what would your options be? Your option would be to go and try and make your own new network that they could 51% attack at will because they have all the SHA-256. So this concept that there will only be 21 million coins is actually up to the miners. And the concept that there's a halvening is actually also up to the miners. And it is the same miners, by the way, that barely gave you SegWit, which was just a transaction throughput increase, an efficiency increase. That's all it was. They barely gave you that. So do you think they're going to give you anonymity? Do you think they're going to give you a better, more controversial fork? I don't know why they would if they made the first thing so hard. So Ethereum, higher throughput, cheaper transactions, anonymity on chain with ZK snarks using tornado.cash, access to all the stable coins, which are the majority, 2/3 of Ethereum transactions are Tether transactions. 5 out of the top 16 cryptocurrencies launched on or primarily use Ethereum. That's BNB, EOS, USDT, ETH themselves, and TRX. And it would be 5 of like the top, it would be like 4 of the top 10 or something like that. So never had inflation bugs, has a bug bounty program, has a better auditing ecosystem, supports a larger percentage of tokens that exist in the world. I used to be able to mine Bitcoin for free. Can't do it now. Used to be able to freemium onboard hobbyists through their GPU mining. Can't do it now with Bitcoin, but other coins can. So like the coin I invented, I give for free to Bitcoin holders, and only for free to Bitcoin holders. But somehow magically the Bitcoin guys, the loud toxic ones, they still find a way to complain about the free money that they're given, which I think is hilarious, because $3 billion of Bitcoin holders have claimed their free hacks. That's a lot of money. $3 billion is a lot of money. So it's like, I built something that's increased in value versus Bitcoin 92x in 129 days, is free for Bitcoin holders to claim. $3 billion of them have claimed it, is higher throughput. Well, I mean, in theory, we have to share the Ethereum network with other ERC20s, so I'm not sure it's higher throughput. It is with ZK rollups, which, like for instance, right now, loopring.io is an exchange that has, 1,000 transactions per second with on-chain security, because ZK rollup technology exists in Ethereum and it doesn't exist in Bitcoin. So you've got 3.4 TPS in Bitcoin, and you've got thousands of TPS on Ethereum if you use a project that uses ZK rollups. So it's faster, more secure, cheaper, has all the developers. It's like, I don't know, dude. I think Bitcoin's getting stomped. Like, it's got ATMs, and it's got more retailer acceptance, and it's got more liquidity, and that's it.